Hey guys, my name is Nogan and welcome to my C++ series. In today's video, we are focusing on static keyword and automatic variables in C++. So guys, if you haven't watched the previous video, I'll put a link there so you can guys watch the previous video. It was about C++ reference functions with global and local variables. So look at the video before you go cover the video, because now the previous video had more information about global and local variables in C++. So in today's video, we're focusing on using a static keyword and how to use it in terms of where we can have like a variable there's content doesn't change during program execution. So I'm going to declare a variable, guys, here, function here. Let's first include a function prototype. It will be void test. You don't take any parameters, and I'm going to give this function a body after the main function. It will be void again test. Now in this void function, I'm gonna include now two variables. One of the variables will be a static variable, and the other one will be an automatic variable, which means I'll use a static keyword static. The type will be int. I'll name it x, initialized to 0. Second variable will be int variable again. Let's call it y, initialized to 10. I'm going to increment these variables. So I'm going to say now x is equals to x. We're going to add 2 each time when this function is called. For y, I'm going to say y is equals to y. I'm going to add only 1. Okay, I'm going to have a CL statement. So static x y is equals to awesome. Now in the main function, guys, here we're going to be declaring a variable again. We'll say int count, and we have a for loop, so we can call we can loop to the function of num 5 times. We count again. Okay, we will now initialize this count to 1, and the length here will be count will be less than, let's call it 5 times, so count is less than or equal to 5, and incrementing it also here. Awesome. Now in this for loop, you're going to call this function test. Okay, so guys, what's going to happen now in the main function, as you can see here, this for loop eventually will be called basically based on the initialization here, and based on the condition, because now the condition will be true until count is less than or equal to 5, and basically we're going to of course update the for loop every time with this increment here using this plus sign. Now when we call this function test, what's going to happen in based on this for loop is that this test function will be called, and when it's called 5 times, the static variable you see here, a variable for which the memory is allocated at the block of entry and the allocated at block exit is called an automatic, which is going to be this int variable here. Now a variable for which its memory remains allocated as long as the program executes is called a static, as you can see that I included here. So when we're using this, static variables declared within a block are local to the block, and the scope is the same, which means this function here will be the same whenever this function is called in this folder, because why? We're storing a variable of 0 here, which means it will be 0. The stored current right now here, but we call the function now, it will be 2. 2 will be stored now in this variable here, and it will be displayed here. And it's still going to be incremented from 2 to 4, 6, 8. But now when it comes to this automatic variable here, which means that this variable, that its content will not change, which means when we call this function for the first time, it will be 11, and when we exit this function again now, and we run the function again, it's going to still be 11 for this variable of int y, because why? This function is an automatic, it's changing based on the functions being called, but the static variable has been used here can still remain the same. So let's compile our program. Control-Shift-B. Awesome. Go to local win debugger, run your program. Awesome. As you can see, guys, the static variable here, it's 2, and the automatic is still 11, 4, 6, 8, 10. As you can see, the static variable now's content hasn't been lost, it's still been stored in the memory allocation of the int variable, as you can see here. So which means in this function, what's happening in the function here, based on our variable static here, its content is still being kept the same, even though the function is being called in now more than one time. Awesome. So guys, you can also use static keyword with functions also. For example, you can use the static keyword with this function void, where now this function void's content will also remain the same throughout this program in this zip file. But you'll see in the upcoming videos how to use static keyword with functions also, and how it's powerful if you can use it now in a zip file, also like in other files in the upcoming videos. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell notification, and see the post on my channel.